Hi everyone, I'm Samantha, and in this video I am going to talk about something slightly different. I'm going to share my perspective on the new year, and it may not be what you're expecting, so hold on. And I just want to say that for so many people out there, when the new year comes, we know that this is a signal that this is the beginning of a fresh start. It's time to put away the bad habits and start some other good habits. Be a better friend. Dry January, whatever it is, January marks the beginning of something new and a time to change. And I am here to talk back to that idea and to help people understand that this is a concept of the mind. And there's no better time to discuss this than at the beginning of a new year, which has so much weight for so many people. And my argument is this: what is to stop any of us from doing anything we want to do to change right now? There's nothing stopping anybody from doing whatever it is we want to do in our lives right now. It's only our mind telling us that we need to start at a certain time, or when the conditions are right, or when we're feeling up to it, whatever those conditions are. The mind will come up with those as a form of protecting us, making sure that we don't fail. Everything is going to work out great. And New Year's is a beautiful example of that. We all know, we've all done it, whether in the past, whether now. Things are going to be different this year. Now I'm going to start. When I moved to Tennessee a few months ago, one thing I wanted to do was to start my Pilates practice again. And I almost fell into the same trap of, well, it's December. Why am I starting in December? I'll start in the new year when things are new. And I thought about that and I thought, that's crazy. Because on December 15th, I was feeling like I wanted to do some Pilates. And so I did. I signed up, I did it, and it felt great. And I realized the only reason any of us ever do this is because we have been conditioned. It is a cultural conditioning we have to believe that when the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, things are going to change. It's the beginning of something new. So just challenge this for yourself. That this conditioning and this concept of time, it's all the same thing. Our minds can only live in the future and the past. They don't want to be in the present. There's nothing the mind can do in the present. What we do in the present comes from a deeper place that inspires us to take action. And our mind will always be there telling us something different. It will always want to run the show. And around New Year's, it's ready to go. This is when we're going to start. Now is the time. And then what happens after a month or two when we fall off the wagon, or we stop going to the gym, or we fall into old habits, the mind, we start to beat ourselves up. I couldn't do it. I didn't make it. I do this every year. I shouldn't even try. And all along, it was only because we were believing a concept, a thought. That's what it was. It has nothing to do with us failing or succeeding. It's only that we're chasing a thought, believing that the new year is going to bring something and that this is the only time we can change. And now we've got to wait a year until we do it again. If we look at that, we can see, well, that sounds ridiculous. I can change anytime I want. I can go to the gym tomorrow if I want to. And one more thing I'll mention just to drive this point home is that even when we think that we're going to start going to the gym tomorrow, we've got that plan and it's going to happen, we have no control over that ultimately happening. We know that from that time that we make that decision to us actually being in the gym with those weights, anything can happen. So to even believe that that's a certainty is false. You could have a friend call you who needs your help on the way to the gym, and suddenly you're going to help your friend. or the gym could close due to some plumbing problems. Our minds want us to be so sure and so certain all the time. It doesn't make any room for real life just to be happening on its own. When that happens and we get derailed, the world falls apart. But it's only because we've just believed that it has to be a certain way. So this year, if you do nothing else, I ask you to just consider, what if life is just unfolding as it will, moment to moment, despite what our mind is telling us, despite the path that our mind is laying out for us and when things should happen, how they should look. Start to get curious about that. What happens in this moment now? What's inspiring us now? Not that it's a bad idea to have plans and goals, but be compassionate to yourself if those don't get reached. Because maybe it's not about that goal or that plan. It's something deeper inside you that is inspiring action now, in this moment, and in the next moment, and in the next moment. So on that note, I do wish you a happy new year, but just that. I wish you a happy moment. I wish you a happy day. I wish you happiness in every second of life. Thank you.